Winter Cut Day 65. Sorry. Winter Cut Day 66. We're back at it again, boys. It's chest day today. We're going to hit a rambunctious chest day. We're going to get the nastiest pump we've ever had, hopefully. I'm going to try to carb up a little bit because I have some carbs in me from yesterday. And I also want some more carbs today before the lifts. That way we can get freaking pumped. So I'm going to do a cool little edit here. All right, did you guys enjoy that? I did, so I hope you did too. Anyway, creatine. We got that ready to go. Let's scoop it. Bah! Okay. So, the plan today, I talked about this in my video yesterday, is we're going to try kind of instinct training, all right? And I got to be honest, when you get caught up in the optimal exercises, right, and you try to train with a scientific approach, sometimes things get mundane and a little boring, you know? Not to say that, you know, science-based exercises aren't fun, but I am saying that doing the same thing day in, day out in terms of exercise selection can get a little old. So today I just want to switch it up, see what feels best. I don't know what gives me the best pump, because people always talk about do what gives you the best pump, right? And I'm not saying that that necessarily is like what you should base your training on, because I pretty much never have. But I'm curious to see what would give me the best pump, right? So that's the move. Stir in this creatine. We're also going to mix some Favage Pre. Oh, man. Okay, I basically have none left. All right, we're going to basically have no pre-workout left. I thought I did. So that's rough. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I usually just go coffee only anyway. I'll just do like, I don't know, 2 coffees or something so I get extra hype. But, yeah, I mean, when I say instinct training, I mean, go in there, see what I feel like would be good. Do that exercise, feel it out. If it doesn't feel good, move on. And if it feels good, do more of it, right? And I'm just going to do... Oh, I spilled it everywhere. Oh. But yeah, I'm just going to do the basic stuff, right? People overcomplicate it all the time. I just want to get some good sets in, so... So I gave Elden Ring another shot. Now, I already beat the game before, and I didn't realize I started New Game Plus. But, yeah, I freaking jumped in, and I'm like, holy crap. So I can't travel anywhere because I started New Game Plus, so I have to, like, re-beat the game. But, dude, it's freaking fun. You know, especially, I wanted to make it a point to forget about the game as much as I possibly could. So that way when I played it a second time, it would feel cooler. So, yeah, I mean, already beat a few bosses last night. That was fun, because my character's level 300. So, the initial boss, freaking Margit the Fell Omen, and Godric the Grafted, like, those guys are the easiest, right? I'm a mage build, so I freaking just whipped out the Comet Azure and just one-shot them, which was pretty cool. But, you know, my buddy who's, I forget what type of build it's called. You use, like, katanas, and, like, you use, like, your own blood to do more damage or something like that. And that's the build he has. But he's like, low-key struggling a little bit, just trying to figure out how to use his build. And I'm just thinking, mages are so user-friendly. It's very simple. Just shoot freaking stuff at enemies. I mean, it's real simple. And then, obviously, with Elden Ring, you roll away when needed, you know? Dodge attacks, move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So, creatine, mixed up. I've said this about 100 times because I'm procrastinating drinking it because it's, you know, just powdery, man. I don't like powdered drinks in general, but it's okay. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to have Jay Cutler motivation in our ear today. It's just going to be there the whole time. I want to hear Jay Cutler talking to me. He's going to be talking about 12 repetitions in the whole thing. Okay? And about how swinging the weights kind of worked for me. You know, that helped me beat Ronnie back in, I don't even know when he beat Ronnie. I think it was 05 if I had to guess, to be honest. It was between 04 and 05. That's whenever I was born. I was born in 05. So, weird to think that the guys who I watch now aren't in their prime anymore, but they were when I was born. Pretty interesting to think, just the timeline of it all, you know. Jay Cutler's still pretty huge though, man. You look at him now, I mean, he's literally like a way bigger guy than the average person. I mean, not even the average person. He's bigger than the average biggest guy in your gym. Still, he's huge, like very huge. You know, I mean, he's retained a ton of muscle mass, and I mean, he's obviously, you know, healthier now, and he's doing good. The dude looks good for his age. I think, Alexa, how old is Jay Cutler?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. 29 years old.
He is not 29 years old. You can't ask this thing anything. Anyway, Jay Cutler, if I had to guess, I'd say he's 50, okay? And because of what I've heard, right? And I think he looks good for his age. So, anyway, with that said, also, I see him do super...
You're exactly right, 50.
Yeah, see? That's what I said. See, my mom can look up stuff, but this stupid robot can't do nothing. So, anyway. 3, 2, 1. So here's the thing about Jay Cutler. When he would go into his training sessions, his mindset was short rest times, high volume. He wouldn't leave until he felt like he had a good pump. All right? That was the main goal of his training. It wasn't even to really like move super heavy weights. He literally talked about this, how his goal was literally just to get a good pump. And people say, oh man, well, he was on gear. You know, he wasn't natty. So that worked for him. Newsflash, bro. What do gear users and natties have in common? They both have to lift to gain muscle, right? The pump doesn't all of a sudden become a growth mechanism when you're on gear and when you're natty. It's not. It's just not a growth mechanism to begin with. It could make your muscles look a lot bigger, for sure, and inflammation as a result of that could make your muscles look bigger long term, which I think is useful, for sure, and can make your muscles' overall shape look much better. But, dude, he chased the pump, and as a result of it, he was able to get enough high-quality reps close to failure to gain a crap load of muscle. The dude was humongous. He was a literal monster. And people like to always say, oh, but this bodybuilder, he had the genetics. This guy, he had the genetics. Oh, he's 15, he's bigger than me. Oh, he has his genetics. What if they literally just did the right thing longer than you did? That would be interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to think about, what if they did the right thing longer than you did? And also, though, what is the mechanism behind what you call genetics? I know it exists, of course, because some people literally just, by default, have more muscle fibers. They have a greater type 2 to type 1 fiber ratio, so they have more potential to gain muscle. But still, people always talk about this person's genetics and that person's genetics. Dude, the same principles to grow muscle still apply whether you have good genetics or not. Even if you have the greatest genetics in the world, if you don't train close to failure, you're never going to see results. And I say close to failure as in with high degrees of motor unit recruitment. I don't want to turn into a nerd here. But when the muscle's like extremely activated and your perception of effort is very high, right? And you're like thinking that, oh my gosh, these are my last few reps here. That's when the growth happens. So, anyway. You guys know what I'm saying? And so, you know, every bodybuilder has a different training approach. They all work to an extent, right? Some might work marginally better than others. So, I think if you're going to do your training, you should have fun with it. But I also don't think you should be stupid either. You know, do the right thing. Do what you know is right for your body. Boys, I'm predicting this chest day is going to get 10,000 views. 10,000 within the first 48 hours. 100%. This is going to be my greatest chest day ever. The thumbnail is going to be the pump. It's gonna, you guys are gonna know what I'm saying. You guys are gonna know what I'm saying by that point. We're gonna slam coffee number 2. I've actually been implementing 2 coffees recently, and I don't know why. Because for the longest time, all I ever had was 1 coffee a day. But one day I had a realization. Coffee actually gives you energy, right? And it's not, listen, it's not reliable energy in the sense of like, you know, it's not the same as calories, but it makes you, like when Tom Platz would, you know, throw the weights onto the barbell and he'd go, you know what I'm saying? Right, Mom?
That's right.
And he would go, you know, you just gotta do it! Like that. You guys know that clip that I'm talking about. And he would just slam the weights. He'd talk about the noise it would make when it would, the deep dish 45s, the metal. Anyway. Anyway. All right, boys, and you know, we're pump maxing today. We got the salt. And listen, you might say, what does salt do for the pump? Hey, little guy with the sleeper build, what does salt do for the pump? All right, well, first off, I'd say that hurts my feelings a little bit, you know, but at least I look like Spider-Man, which is cool, and he kind of has a little bit of a sleeper build. But then I would respond to you, and I'd say, well, dude, in fairness, well, we're gonna have a little bit more. In fairness, what sodium does is, and I'm not advising you do this, right? I don't think it's bad at all, but I mean, you could do whatever you want. I don't care. Disclaimer time. Please consult your doctor before you do anything in this video. Everything I'm saying is bad. All right, there you go. Now, what I do is I have salt, okay? Because sodium increases your blood pressure, all right? And what that's gonna do is it's gonna make your veins look a lot bigger. A lot bigger. Way bigger. Just way bigger. But, yeah, boys. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen as a result of venous pressure? Super cool looking pump. Every time tell me this right now. You. No, you. Dude, I know you're sitting on your basement love sack right now. Okay? And even if I'm not even close, I still know where you are. Okay? I have a few things in mind, regardless of that. Dude, tell me one time where you've eaten a lot of pizza by yourself, you know, just like 8 slices to yourself, and not had your veins explode out of your arms. It always happens. Look at your arms next time you eat a lot of pizza, dude. Sodium makes your arms look pumped. So, not saying I advise you do this whatsoever. But it's true. It'll make you look pumped. So anyway, we're gonna freaking slam that coffee, and then I have to do a couple other things, and I'll be good. All right. Take care, guys. All right. So, incline, we're just gonna really feel it out. All right, we're still going heavy, just trying to really move the weight. I usually go for somewhat of a mind-muscle connection, so we'll see what happens here. I might stick with that, I might just try to throw it. Who knows, like I said, today's instinct day, so we're just freaking feeling it out. That was actually pretty crazy. I just took a grip that felt strong, and I just stayed with it, and it actually felt better than any other grip I've tried. So, you know, I didn't try to force a grip or anything, I just did what felt strong. So, and I was able to actually, for real, touch my chest. Last time I repped 2 plates like that on the incline, I like kind of was like still an inch off my chest. But there, I was like light touches. I wasn't bouncing it, just light touches. Right, that's the thing, when you pause, guys, never sink it in, right? Regardless of what kind of pause exercise you're doing, never just like let the weight sit on your joints or, you know, take the load off the muscle. You want to make sure that when you're pausing, especially like on an incline press, you're pausing just right when the bar is like touching your chest, barely, right? Not sinking in. And if you're warming up and you sink in or whatever, and you're just playing around with it, having fun, that's fine. But especially, dude, when you're taking a set for real, you're taking it seriously, you want to make sure that you're touching it, barely, right? And then pausing for a second and up, up, up. So. Sa! Oh. Oh. This makes me feel like I could do 3 plates at some point. This is like a very solid, hopeful feeling session. I'm thinking, I'm just gonna keep feeling it out, dude. I'm gonna put a 10 on each side instead of a 25 on top of the plate. Ah, burning like crazy. Hit a wall at the end there. Oh, gonna lower it a lot. The cables are taken. So we're gonna do this machine today. I've never really done it, but it looks fun, so. I like this, but it feels a little awkward. I kind of had cable on my mind anyway, so I'm gonna see if it's open.
Not your refrigerator. This is not your refrigerator.
Okay.
I looked and just realized I haven't talked to the camera in a while, so I don't know. I'm just getting carried away by the pump. You guys know how it is. I'm just going with the flow. Like I said, today's instinct day, so I'm just gonna do whatever. Oh, the pump check is insane. All right, so we did whatever we wanted today. I literally just did whatever I wanted, and it ended up working out for the better, man. I mean, the pump is obviously pretty crazy. I'm not even flexing my shoulders, and they're just popping out like crazy. So definitely a little accomplishment. You could tell I got some glycogen in these muscles here. And yeah, I mean, just overall, I mean, you guys can see the cut progressing. I feel like I've gained muscle since the start of the cut, which is weird. But again, I've been discussing that in like pretty much every video. And, you know, I always just keep discovering new growth. So, and new methods too. I always swear by the lengthened partial calf raise. That's like the one exercise I really love lengthened partials on it. You guys should try for sure. But let's just run through some poses, and who knows, maybe hit some cardio after. Oh, Losing my balance here. All right, run through some back poses. All right. We are pretty much out of here. That was a great pump check. I changed the angle like halfway through. I don't even remember why. I think it was to show more of my legs or something. But hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you later at home. All right, boys. I'm on my third lap currently. Doing a lot of night walking. Didn't really expect that, but dude, it's such a nice day. It went from 19 degrees last night to, you know, tonight being like 60. So it's very, the sun when it was out was very warm and nice. The car was almost kind of hot. You know, the freaking wind was nice and cold, but it wasn't too chilly. It was amazing. Best weather ever. I don't know, definitely something to look forward to. But, you know, that's when the treadmill comes in handy, is when the weather isn't nice, right? So, you know, hopefully whenever we get that going, you know, if we get that going, it'll be very nice whenever the weather sucks. When it's too hot outside, I could freaking just put a fan on me and just walk on the treadmill. When it's, well, I mean, even then, I'd probably still go outside. Probably wouldn't care that much, but when it's chilly, when it's frozen, just walk on the treadmill. I don't have to make myself all uncomfortable. So, you know, not necessarily the Goggins mentality, but it's something. So, chest day was amazing. Pump was crazy. I just did what I liked. I don't feel, I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it. You know, I did what I liked. Some of the stuff that I like was, you know, taken. So I just switched what I was doing. But like, for example, today I actually wanted to do incline dumbbell, but the Smith machine for the first time ever was open. And, you know, normally I have to wait for a while to, you know, for it to be open. But I was like, you know what, it's calling my name. Let me just hop on the Smith machine, do some incline. Stop being a weirdo. I mean, oh, I need to switch it up. Just do the Smith machine. Come on. So, you know, did some moderate grip on the incline press, and I realized that I don't need to change exercises completely. More so, I could just change grips and still get, you know, that changing of an exercise type of effect, right? So, you know, obviously at some point you want to change exercises. In my other video, my leg day, the most recent leg day, I was crapping all over you know, changing exercises. And I'm like, oh, what's the mechanism behind changing exercises that's so great? And I actually looked into it instead of just, you know, I did judge it and then I looked into it. And I was a little bit, I don't want to say proven wrong, right? Because there are some guys who can just do the same thing forever and it just works. But, you know, there is a little bit of science apparently to, you know, once every few months just changing, you know, your main exercises and getting good at something else. But, you know, not necessarily going from incline Smith to decline Smith, but going from incline Smith to, you know, moderate grip, incline Smith, wide grip, you know, and then after that, you know, once you run through all those, go back to the original, you know what I'm saying? And that can help just switching things out. But anyway, still, again, did what I liked, got a ridiculous pump. I mean, the pump was pretty nice. I mean, it wasn't the best pump I've ever had, which was weird because yesterday I had so many calories. I had, you know, 4 cream-filled donuts. I mean, I think I went into detail about that yesterday. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? 4 cream-filled donuts. And that just gives you a rough idea. That was one thing that I ate at a lot of different things during the day. So it's carb loaded to the point where I felt a little bit like, ugh, man, that's a lot of carbs. So that's when you know you're gonna be pumped. But yeah, chest was, it was very pumped, but it wasn't so pumped that I was like, you know, I had a pump like that during this cut that was just unbelievable. But still, to this day, I remember the greatest, absolutely most juicy pump I ever had in my chest was during when I was peak bulk. And it was right before I decided to cut. Or maybe even like right after I decided to cut. I went to a restaurant after. And but before that though, dude, I remember just flexing. Like I like went to the side of the camera and I was just like looking at how far my pecs protruded. And I could just feel them, like they were like just huge. That was awesome. I missed that. But this next bulk is gonna be so much better. So anyway, incline press went well. I don't want to say we PR'd, but we kind of did because it was super controlled. I felt like I had full control over the weight. This new moderate grip is definitely what I'm gonna be rolling with. Felt really good. Mind muscle connection felt great. Was able to do light pauses, light taps on my chest at the bottom. You know, no crazy banging the barbell into my chest and bouncing it off, none of that. And then I also did a couple other things. I did flat instead of decline because I didn't really feel like setting up a decline bench. That felt good. I mean, guys, you watched it. It all felt amazing. So anyway, I might see you guys for chicken later, but if I don't, I will see you for calves and back tomorrow. All right.